Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit of a not so shocking story. Resident Evil 9 has leaked all over the internet. Again, this game was prematurely released by Capcom in certain nether regions of the world. People have managed to get a legit copy, play it, and leak everything online. So if I were you and if you were me and you go on X later on today, you better avoid hashtags of RE9 or any notification from a fake account that is somehow believing you to think it's affiliated with Capcom, who are now struggling to actually take down every story, plot point, and leak possible. So let's get into this video today, folks. And if you end up liking this stuff, make sure you give it a like, smash that subscribe button. Let's do it.
Her voice may be almost as important to gamers as Lara's double pistols, curves, and skimpy shorts.
Kung Fu Hot Dog
is a Kung Fu renegade cop. Now he must defeat the most evil Kung Fu master in the world.
For a modern gaming audience.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures.
I said, Mummy, I like the way the lady runs.
Get ready for a new world of unspeakable adventures never before shown in a motion picture. Get ready for
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Watch out, watch out. RE9's Requiem's ending is being spoiled online as Capcom fights to clean up leaks. You know what? When I actually read a headline like this, it seems that Capcom doesn't have the legal resources. I might be wrong in saying this, to actually go after people with a court order or threats of against your livelihood if you don't remove said leak from the internet. It's probably too late now, and it is, because if the leak's there and you scrub it off, somebody else has got it, right? And they'll do what they want to. It would not surprise me at this stage if somebody is leaking the gameplay or the entire game on YouTube under a different account name just to get millions of views. It would not surprise me at all, but let's just get into this right here. So Capcom is trying to curb the problem and not the enthusiasm, it seems in this case, taking down early spoilers for the survival horror series, but it's proven to be a struggle. On the RE Evil Requiem Reddit, posts about the leak are being shared and discussed widely. This includes full story breakdowns, specific conversations around certain characters, and gameplay discussion. Steer clear. This comes after physical versions of the game were obtained early by some members of the public earlier this week. So it's not even reviewers like SkillUp, who will obviously give his review maybe over the weekend. So again, which countries are selling a copy of this game early? Maybe the Philippines, that comes to mind. But they should, you know, Capcom should go to the people in the marketing department and fire them all. Like, what the hell are you doing, bros? Why is it that they can't coordinate the physical release of a game in a universally proper manner? Or like, obviously, you know, when you release the game the 26th of February, it's going to be earlier for other countries in the world. I get that, but we're talking a week. We're talking this week. You know, how does this happen? This is ridiculous beyond belief. I don't know, man. It's great to theorize. And again, as other people have stated, if you want to form your own sported discussion on Reddit, or one's already there, go and join that. Go to Discord, set your own spoilery discussion there. People want to have brain rot, not play the game. I think the people that actually leak these things out there are just suffering from the worst brain rot possible, because they're tourists. They won't touch this game because once it's out there, why would you touch it as well? And the thing is, it's such a shame, because I'm going to play this game when it comes out on Steam, and I just want to have my own time with it like we used to back in the good old days, folks, when you would sit down and play a game. You know, before YouTube was a big thing that it became eventually. You know, you would go and sit in your room or in your living room and play this game and get surprised by it. I mean, the actual gameplay for RE9 is rumored to be around 9 or 10 hours. depending on how difficult you want to make it or easy. So again, it might not be the longest time, but it's such a shame that these things actually happen now, especially for people who create content specifically around Resident Evil. I mean, I love this series to death. And this weekend, folks, I'm planning to watch these films right here. Just some of these. Infinite Darkness, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I've got some duplicate copies here, but you get the drift. So I can't wait to watch those just to kick off my anticipation for RE, which is going to be obviously all the way up there. But I want to show you this other story quickly here, folks, regarding PlayStation, Sony shutting down Bluepoint Games. Oh my God, the minute you hear this name, you think of the Nathan Drake collection, how well they remastered those games. Some things they couldn't fix, but they actually did speed up the loading times for those. But a new report claims that Sony PlayStation has decided to shut down Bluepoint Games in March, which is really awful. And why they shut down is actually hilarious. So according to a Bloomberg report, so we know who's behind that, but we're not going to give him a mention because he's an absolute sourpuss. It's decided to actually just shut them down. Apparently the people, it's about 70 people, but apparently some of them in Bluepoint Games have been redistributed to work on other Sony first-party titles. Bluepoint Games, it might become a Blueprint at this stage. An incredibly talented team. Of course, this is the boilerplate response we get from Herman Holtz. I'm going to say to him, probably not. They always have to say, yeah, they were incredibly talented, but they don't know how to deal with live service slop, which is what the point of this actual thing is. Because back in 2024, it was revealed that the studio was working on an original title, with the head of technology stating nothing has changed since our statement that we are working on said title. Additionally, the studio was reportedly working on a multiplayer version, live service slop, God of War game. Who's going to play that? Nobody. Which was cancelled last year. This is heartbreaking. So what were they doing in the year? Still getting paid? The Demon's Souls remake, which I have not seen yet, which I do now actually want to check out. But we could have got Infamous 1 and 2, maybe Festival of Blood, get those games together, remaster those for God's sake. But no, we're not going to get that, are we? No, we can't get any of those because we're the customers. We don't deserve that. What we deserve, though, is for people to lose their livelihoods and their jobs because Sony, the dumbest effing company ever, it seems, just don't know what to do with their original franchises going forward. I mean, that Horizon Zero Dawn sloppy Gathering Hunters game, who's going to play that shit when it gets released? Who knows? Marathon coming out next month. Again, Sony supposedly are getting pissed off with Bungie. But then again, Bungie allowed themselves to be brought up by Sony for Destiny when obviously Bungie had this pre-arrangement with Microsoft back in the day that, hey guys, you got us for this amount of time. We'll make your Halo games for you. Then we're moving on. And this is what happened. So I guess, well, Sony will just have to sit back, lick their wounds, and watch other people beat them to it. But on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me, and if I were you, I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
In a zombie apocalypse, Grace and Leon have you covered, bro.